History doesn't always repeat itself, but sometimes it whispers. Two conflicts, two eras, two enemies separated by half a century. Yet the shadows of Vietnam still stretch across the modern world, shaping strategy, shaping perception, and shaping the way the United States approaches conflict today. And as tensions rise between the United States and Iran, many are asking the same question. Are we watching echoes of Vietnam unfold again? Vietnam, how the war began. To understand the comparison, we have to start with the origins. The Vietnam War didn't begin with a single battle. It began with an idea, the domino theory. In the 1950s and 60s, American leaders believed that if one nation fell to communism, others would follow. Vietnam became the front line of that belief. What started as a small advisory mission grew into a massive military commitment. Advisors became battalions. Battalions became divisions. And by the late 1960s, more than 500,000 American troops were in Vietnam. It was a war fought in jungles, villages, and rice paddies, a war where the terrain itself became an enemy. Iran, the roots of a modern conflict. The US-Iran conflict has a different origin, but the same complexity. It begins in 1979, when Iran underwent a revolution that reshaped the Middle East. The new government rejected Western influence, reshaped alliances, and built a military strategy designed around asymmetry, fighting a stronger enemy by avoiding direct confrontation. Over the decades, Iran expanded its influence through regional militias, political alliances, intelligence networks, and proxy forces. Unlike Vietnam, Iran is not a jungle battlefield. It is a nation-state with advanced technology, long-range weapons, and a strategy built on patience. The enemy, who they were, and who they are. Vietnam War, the United States faced two interconnected forces. The North Vietnamese Army, disciplined, organized, and well-supplied. The Viet Cong, a decentralized insurgency embedded within the population. They used guerrilla warfare, ambushes, booby traps, tunnel systems, hit-and-run tactics. US-Iran conflict, the United States faces the Iranian military, including the IRGC, a network of regional proxy groups operating in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen. They use drones, ballistic missiles, cyber operations, proxy militias, asymmetric warfare, different tools, different eras. But the strategic challenge is familiar. A powerful nation facing a determined, unconventional opponent. Tactics, how each side fights. Vietnam tactics. The Viet Cong and NVA relied on ambushes, booby traps, night operations, disappearing into the jungle, fighting on their terms. They avoided direct confrontation unless they held the advantage. Iran conflict tactics. Iran and its proxies rely on drone swarms, cyber attacks, naval harassment, ballistic missile strikes, proxy operations that provide deniability. They also avoid direct confrontation, but with modern tools and global reach. Technology, the evolution of warfare. Vietnam, helicopters defined mobility. Artillery shaped the battlefield. Intelligence was limited. Communication was slow. Close quarters combat was common. US-Iran. Drones dominate surveillance and strikes. Cyber warfare is a new front. Precision missiles can hit targets hundreds of miles away. Satellites provide real-time intelligence. Direct ground combat is rare. The battlefield has changed, but the strategic dilemmas remain. Public perception and media. Vietnam, it was the first televised war. Graphic footage reached American homes every night. Public opinion shifted. Protests grew. Policy changed. U.S.-Iran. Today's conflict unfolds on social media, live streams, satellite imagery, viral footage, instant global reaction. Information moves faster, perception shifts quicker, and every action is seen by the world within minutes. Escalation, how wars grow. Vietnam. The war escalated slowly. A few advisors became a few thousand troops, then tens of thousands, then hundreds of thousands. Each step felt small, until the war was massive. U.S.-Iran. Escalation looks different. Sanctions, cyber attacks, drone strikes, proxy clashes, retaliatory missile launches. Each step is smaller, but the risk of miscalculation is always present. The critical differences. Despite the parallels, the differences matter. 1. No large-scale U.S. ground war yet. Vietnam involved massive troop deployments. The U.S.-Iran conflict relies on air power, naval presence, cyber capabilities, special operations. 2. Iran is a nation-state with advanced capabilities. Unlike the Viet Cong, Iran has a formal military, missile forces, drone fleets, intelligence networks. 3. The battlefield is global. Vietnam was fought in one country. The U.S.-Iran conflict spans multiple regions and domains. 4. Nuclear considerations. Vietnam never involved nuclear concerns. The U.S.-Iran conflict includes nuclear negotiations and international oversight. Lessons from Vietnam. Vietnam offers lessons that echo into the present. Lesson 1. Superior firepower doesn't guarantee victory. Determination and strategy can offset technology. Lesson 2. Public perception shapes outcomes. Vietnam proved that wars are fought on the battlefield and in the public mind. Lesson 3. Escalation can happen slowly until it happens all at once. Small steps can lead to major commitments. Lesson 4. Understanding the enemy matters. Vietnam showed the cost of underestimating local dynamics. The U.S.-Iran conflict is shaped by history, ideology, and regional alliances. Are we seeing history repeat? Not exactly. But we are seeing patterns. Patterns that echo across decades. A global superpower. A regional force with asymmetric capabilities. A conflict shaped by politics, perception, and patience. A battlefield that stretches far beyond traditional front lines. The tools have changed. The terrain has changed. But the strategic challenges feel familiar. The echoes of history. The Vietnam War left deep marks on American strategy. It reshaped how the United States approaches conflict, diplomacy, and military engagement. And today, as tensions rise with Iran, those lessons matter more than ever. History may not repeat itself exactly, but it whispers, it warns, it reminds, and sometimes it echoes. Like and subscribe for more Vietnam War content.